Hi, this is Lori Craig with Split Coast, and today we're going to discuss sewing on cards. I'm demonstrating today on a Janome Sew Mini sewing machine. I've placed my thread on the spool pin at the back right of the machine, brought the loose end through the upper thread guide, and I'm putting that end of thread through my empty bobbin spool. I'm going to make sure that the thread also wraps around the bobbin tension disc next to the upper thread guide. I'm going to hold the loose end, and I'm going to start depressing the foot pedal of the machine so it will wind thread onto my bobbin. I'm going to apply just as much thread as I need for this project. Hold the tail up, snip it off, and then pull the bobbin off of the machine and snip that away from the full spool. You're ready to thread your machine. Take the loose end of thread from the full spool through the upper thread guide down the right side of the red threading guide, and then bring that loose end from right to left through the eye at the top of the machine and bring it all the way down, gently placing the thread behind the needle bar thread guide, and then finally threading that loose end through the needle eye from front to back. Gently pull to advance just a few inches of thread so that you have a tail. Let's load your bobbin. Remove the clear cover plate, and with the thread coming off of the bobbin from the back left, drop the bobbin into the silver casing. Catch the bobbin thread on the front lip of the casing and pull it back to the left side. Replace the hook cover plate. Holding both the top and the bobbin threads with your left hand, turn the hand wheel down and up, and you'll notice the top thread catch the bobbin thread through the clear hook cover plate. Still holding both threads with your left hand, I release the cover plate slightly and then gently pull the needle thread to raise the bobbin thread through the center hole. A scissor blade is handy for fishing the bobbin thread end out of the hole. Leave a 4 to 5 inch tail on each piece of thread. Now we're ready to sew on paper. I like to adhere my paper pieces together with a little bit of adhesive. I apply it in the middle of my cardstock so that I'm not going to stick my needle through adhesive as I'm sewing, and helps keep my needle clean and my machine clean as well. I place the cardstock into my machine and I line up the edge of my cardstock with the side of my presser foot, and I hold the tail pieces of thread to the back. Using the hand wheel, I drop the needle into the paper and I start in that position with the presser foot to advance the needle at machine speed. When I get to each corner, I use my hand wheel to turn my paper into the right position, and I always make a turn with my needle into the paper. Notice here that I'm lifting the presser foot a little bit to adjust the actual space, and always lining my needle up with the edge of the presser foot against the edge of the paper. One thing that's helpful for me when I'm sewing is to keep my eyes in the front of the presser foot and along the side of the presser foot as a guide, and not actually where the needle is stitching. I'm going to trust the machine that it keeps this needle in the center of that presser foot, and that really helps me to maintain straight stitches. When I reach the end of my stitching, I make sure the needle's in the upright position, lift the presser foot, pull and leave about a 4 inch tail on both of my threads, and then snip away my ends off of the stitched piece of paper. I hope you've enjoyed this tutorial for sewing on paper, and I hope that you'll try it.